Hello everybody. Martin Luther King was an American pastor, but principally was an activist and a leader of the Afro-American civil rights movement on the United States. Martin Luther King, as Mahatma Gandhi, used non-violent methods to show his wishes. And Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize for his work to end the racial discrimination and the racial segregation. And in his speech that I will say soon is called I Have a Dream. And that speech was said on March 1963 on Washington to expand the American values to include the vision of a colorblind society and establish his reputation as one of the greatest orators in American history. I have a dream. I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of the nation. 5 score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon of light and hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flame of the withering injustice. It came as the joyous daybreak to end the long night of captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacle of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languishing in the corner of American society and finds himself an exile in his own land. So, we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we have come to the capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of the Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But it's obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check that has come bad market, insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the bank of justice is a bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity in this nation. I need to say thank you. That were words of